This is James McCann, host of CarStories, with one of the world's premier automotive photographers, Mr. Larry Chen. Larry, it's great to have you back on the CarStories podcast.
It's great to be back.
And this time, the fans can now see you and that wonderful baby face of yours.
Thank you.
That's
baby Asian face.
No, just baby face, purely. I mean, what, you couldn't be a day over 22, surely. Just like me, just like me. Now, we are in your famed Datsun, correct?
Yes, 1970 Datsun 240Z, or Z.
Z.
For you.
Correct.
You know?
And
right?
there's no other pronunciation, surely.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. This is my Orange Bang.
And how...
and the reason why it's called Orange Bang is because I seriously broke down just the street
that
down
was the
this
first
way.
question I was going to ask.
Right here.
Was it back there?
Yeah, it was right down the street from that 76 station.
So we thought that would be the best way to break Larry into CarStories with reliving those fantastic moments.
There you go.
And also, since we also have some news with this, is this car was recently in a Hoonigan video in which it had, let's shall we say, a less than enthusiastic response to their New Year burnout video. Is that correct?
I mean, it did its name. It banged.
It banged a little too much, maybe.
It banged pretty hard. I mean, I dropped the clutch at Redline.
Yep.
And I broke my stub axles, which I thought it was the diff, honestly. I thought I blew my diff just from the sound, the horrible sound it made. I mean, it was like,
yeah,
right? And then we could barely push it, too, afterwards. So I'm like, oh, it's got to be the diff. Turned out to be the stub axle. The actual axles, which are 911, 930 axles,
yep,
those were fine. It's just the part that adapts into the Subaru STI diff. That's the part that broke. Yeah.
Okay.
So got new ones, and so far it looks like it works. We've driven, what, 2 miles?
I think 2 miles is really pushing it, Larry. I think we're maybe maxing 1.5 miles at this point.
Okay, all right. So just in case, if it does break down, you know, we'll just have to push it all the way back.
And that's fine with me.
It
is leg day.
Yeah, it is leg day, yeah.
Okay, so, look, works out for me.
So good thing AC works now.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, and thankfully the heater is not stuck on.
No.
Well, firstly wanted to talk about, obviously I know you might have taken 1 or 2 car photographs or automotive photographs in your time. Is that right in saying that? That's
just by accident.
Just purely by accident. You've been like shooting a picture of a seagull. All of a sudden, something shoots right in front.
Yeah, that happens. So, and the funny you mentioned that. I know one of the things you wanted to talk about is maybe something from my past life as a paparazzi.
Yep.
One of the things that I always thought was funny is when I was a paparazzi, there are so many celebrities in Hollywood that I would literally be shooting one celebrity while another celebrity walks into my frame, like gets in the way of me shooting the other celebrity. No joke.
It's terrible.
It's crazy.
Celebrities everywhere.
And
celebrities photobombing celebrities.
You just can't get away from them.
So how long did you do were you a paparazzo for? Did you do it in the truly Italian style and ride around in a moped?
Well,
with no socks?
Yeah.
And going between lattes?
I mean, yeah, I like that. But no, I was actually like this, seriously, like the straight up most JDM paparazzi ever with my 1991 240SX 5-speed hatch.
Nice.
That was my paparazzi vehicle.
Okay.
You know, and I used that to chase Paris Hilton, David Beckham, Victoria Beckham, like anyone and everyone you can imagine, I chased with that vehicle.
And you chased, obviously, to the speed limits of the road. And you would never go any faster than that.
Well, I mean, the truck motor in that thing, really, I mean, I couldn't break the speed limit if I wanted to.
No, and it does really sound like a truck motor.
But the thing is, I did that, like I was shooting race photography and car photography, but at the same time, I was still trying to figure out a way to make money, you know, shooting. And lucky for me, I met some paparazzis that were also into racing photography.
Okay.
You know, and they kind of brought me on board onto this thing, I guess. And then I worked for this agency, a news agency, like a real news agency, for almost 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I mean, we covered legitimate news, but you know how it is. Like legitimate news nowadays is like, so and so, you know, is on drugs, or so and so
Sure.
is going to rehab, or so
Or
and so.
someone's in a lovely dress.
Yeah, or that too. I don't know. But like, so and so is pregnant now, and like that's it's so crazy to me that that's mainstream news.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a point where I could go into any supermarket or any Walmart or convenience store, and I could go to the newsstand. I could find my photos in the hot sheets, you know, in the tabloids.
So does
Like
that mean
anytime.
that you still get to see residuals from these photos?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it like a big check that comes through, like it's like 4 cents?
Generally speaking, it's not that much. You know, sometimes it'll like run as like a little thing on web for like 50 cents, or sometimes it'll.
Yeah. Where the stamp, you get a check and the stamp costs more than the check.
Yeah,
kind of thing?
exactly. But that's the thing, is one of the misconceptions about paparazzi is like, we're out there to get the $1 million shots. We're honestly not. We're
Yeah.
out there to make a decent amount of good shots every day that make whatever, $100, $200, $300, $400.
Sure.
And it adds up to a good salary at the end of the month or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So it was really grinding. It was like I would spend so many hours, and I would even come here. The Malibu Country Club was such a hot spot. I bet if we go there now, I could just sit around. I could point out all the paparazzi, and I could point out the celebrities.
Sure.
You know, it's just one of those things. And we would go so far as to memorize license plate numbers of cars. Just when we see a hot car or a car that we recognize, and we make sure the license plate, you know, it cross references. It's too easy. It was really too easy, but it was a lot of work. It wasn't easy. I mean, it was too easy, but it was a lot of hours.
Yep.
As long as you put in the hours, then you know you'll get the pictures.
And then, of the celebrities that you did have to take photos of, was there any that were nice to you or anything like that? Or
I'll tell you right now, 95% of the celebrities were so nice. Were very nice, because a lot of times, a lot of the people that we're shooting, they know they needed it. You know, like I would always ask, always, 100% of the time, if I was within earshot, I would ask, hey, Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so, would it be okay if I take some pictures? That's if it's like me, maybe 2 other guys, or just me. If it's a crazy group of guys that, you know, everyone will start shooting. But if it's just like a very like personal thing, I'll ask, and I swear 90% of the time they will say, yes, thanks for asking. You know, they appreciate that, you know, and sometimes we'll have a conversation, you know, because guess what? It's like, I get my shots, within 5 seconds, I'll get 100 shots, and then I'll be on my way. I'll leave them alone. For the rest of the day, I'll leave them alone, you know?
Yeah.
And it really is like hunting, you know? It's out there, you're getting your prey. When you get your prey, you get whatever, $100 here, $200 here. Boom, 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 boom. You get a couple shots, you're done for the day. I did a shoot recently, a video / still shoot, where I was driving that Porsche rally car. Mm-hmm. And that was
Which
in the
looked a
snow.
lot of fun.
Yeah, that was in the snow and the ice.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun. And
with Will.
Yeah. With
another fan of the CarStories podcast.
Exactly,
another guest of the podcast.
Yeah. Awesome guy, which you should definitely have on sometime soon. In his really loud, obnoxious Japanese car.
Yeah, only if it brings a truck out. That's all I can say. I think we have to do it around Grange.
Right.
As he's drifting it.
Yeah,
It's the way to do it.
Yes, I like that. I'll be there for that.
So, if people look to find you online, Larry, or where would they go try and find you online?
I think the best way to follow me is on my Instagram.
And that is perfect. So thank you so much, Larry.
Yeah,
it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Having you in the car.
Thank you.
So we can see everyone next time. Bye-bye.